Thank you, Rebecca and Jeremy. And thank you, Elle, for that great meditation. So good morning. It's good to be with you again up here. Today is the last Sunday of October. October is the month of zeal here in Unity, and we haven't heard anything about zeal. So that's what I'm going to do. It's good to remember that our 12 powers are not necessarily gifts from Spirit endowed to us to use in navigating the waters of life. Our 12 powers are intrinsic to our nature as spiritual beings. I'll say that again. Our 12 powers are intrinsic to our nature as spiritual beings. In other words, your 12 powers are the creative aspects which you, as a spiritual being, use to create the world you live in. Excuse me. And the greater your understanding of these powers, the more beneficial your life will be for you and for those around you. So zeal is the power of the month. Zeal is now known as enthusiasm. You don't hear the word zeal too much. It's kind of old-fashioned, but I think it has more punch to it than enthusiasm. I see it as a great and powerful enthusiasm. You know, when you see those of you who are watching football this afternoon, when you see some guy make a touchdown or make an interception or sack the quarterback, he does a dance. He does, there's big celebration. That, my friends, is zeal. I think that's more than enthusiasm. That's zeal, an expression right there. Charles Fillmore says of zeal, in the book 12 Powers of Man, he says zeal is the affirmation. Zeal is the affirmative impulse of existence. The affirmative impulse of existence. Its command is, go forward. The power of zeal is about discovering, expressing the power and energy of your life. I'm going to say that again. Your power of zeal is about discovering, experiencing, and expressing the power and energy of your life. Your power of zeal prompts you to try new things. That brings you a refreshed idea, a new feeling for life. I see zeal as the great impetus of spirit. The great impetus of spirit. It's one of the aspects of spirit which is not unique to every individual. It's manifest in all of us. Each one of us has that same impetus, that same drive to move forward, the same drive and desire to do, create, to be the blessing that we are. That's why you can be influenced by someone else's enthusiasm. You've all, I'm sure it's happened to all of us when somebody is very enthusiastic and we're around them, we kind of get enthusiastic ourselves. It rubs off on us. We're influenced by that. It's your God energy responding to their God energy. It's God energy recognizing and responding to itself. The other day, I was cruising through Facebook. I came across a saying that I had seen before and not paid much mind to it. This time, however, because I was thinking about zeal and enthusiasm, it jumped out at me. It goes like this. It's about glimmers. And Ella's the one that posted it. Glimmers are moments in your day that make you feel joy, happiness, peace, or gratitude. Glimmers are moments in your day that make you feel joy, happiness, peace, or gratitude. We all have them. A glimmer is when you see a little something that brings a smile to your face. No matter what kind of day you're having, no matter what's going on in your life, you see something and it just wakes you up, gives you that feeling of joy, gives you a feeling of, now isn't that cool? It's a spontaneous feeling of joy, or appreciation for the life that is going on around you, for the life that you are in the midst of being a part of. A glimmer can make your day. You've all heard the phrase, a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of faith. What these little experiences are is Spirit showing up just for you. It's Spirit showing up in your life just for you. I would venture to say that the vast majority of times that a glimmer spontaneously shows up, you're the only one who are witnessing it. Or at least you're the only one experiencing it as a special moment. Because Spirit is speaking to you as an individual. That's because Spirit is relating to you. In that moment, your unique perspective of the world, based on the totality of your experiences and your beliefs. That's why it's a glimmer to you, but it wouldn't be to anybody else, because it's based on you, your experiences, your beliefs. And this little thing is God showing up, letting you know that there's joy in your life as you have lived it. In John, chapter 14, verse 21, we see Jesus speaking as the Christ. Remember, I mentioned that last week. That quite often in the Gospels, Jesus, the Christ, is speaking as the Christ, not as a human individual. So here he is speaking as the Christ. They who have my commandments and keep them are those who love me. And those who love me will be loved by my Father. And I will love them and reveal myself to them. As I said, here he's speaking of the Christ. He's not saying that if you love Jesus, you're in an exclusive club. Speaking as the Christ, what are his two commandments? Not a rhetorical question. Who knows what the two commandments of the Christ are? But yeah, I hear that. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. Wise words for these times, isn't it? But these are, he says, everything is based on these two commandments. Love God with everything you've got, and love your neighbor as yourself. This comes from Mark 12, 30, 31. When he's to look at this in a different way, to look at this phrase metaphysically, when he tells us that when we love him, we will be loved by my Father, what he's saying is, when we are aware of the Christ of us, when we are aware of the Christ of us, we will be in connection with or open to the fullness of divine mind. When we're aware of the Christ of our being, we're in connection with and open to the fullness of divine mind. The Christ revealing itself to you is that glimmer. That is the Christ revealing itself to you. That recognition of something special in a single moment in your world. Remember, I said a glimmer can make your day? That's because it's not only a light moment, but a moment that can be inspirational, a moment that can be built on. The little glimmer of joy, happiness, peace, or gratitude, when enhanced by enthusiasm or zeal, can lift a burden. It can open you up to inspirations and ideas that will move you forward into your highest good. Things that come to you when your Christ is revealed. So this week, friends, know your glimmers. Know your glimmers will be out there and waiting. Because they are. We see them probably every week. We're out there, we see something that goes, that sparks us, that lights us up. So they're out there waiting for you. And each one has a potential to not only lift your spirits, but to open the way to your highest good. God blesses you.